Okay, here's our CBL setup for our pressure connections. Um, uh, so I've got the CBL unit right here. I've got the calculator over here, and I've got the pressure sensor over here. And you're not going to connect this right away. I am, because I was having a hard time trying to video this and then connect it while I was holding the phone. So eventually in the procedure, it'll tell you when to kind of put it away. But when you put it together, you're going to have it so that 10 milliliter, the front of the ring here is at 10 milliliters. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and follow the directions here. This is the procedure, and this tells you kind of what you should do to prepare, so you can take pressures, then to collect pressures. The second page is right here, next page, and then the third page is over here. Okay. On the PDF, be careful. People just keep reading down from the first to the third page. All right, so this is what it basically tells you to do. First thing you do is you push the program button, and you'll get this this menu down at the bottom. So you hit F1 for the names, and the first button right here is the ChemBio program. It's kind of hard to read all these, but hit F1 again, and it'll tell you this is the ChemBio program. Hit Enter, and you've got the welcome page. Then you can go to the main menu by hitting Enter. Once you're in the main menu, you can go ahead and get this started by first setting up. So hit F1 to set up. Then it'll ask you how many probes. You say one. You've only got one at this time. And then it'll ask you what kind of probe. You want a pressure probe, so you hit F3. And then it asks for what channel number. So I use channel number 1. All right, and channel number 1, it's set up right there for channel number 1. It goes at the top. Now it gets over here, it says for calibration. What calibration are you going to use? So you're going to use F1 for use the stored one. And then you're going to use F1 again for the gas pressure. Then you're going to use kilopascals as our units. You can use any units you want, but kilopascals is what the procedure tells you to do. So you can go ahead and do it there. Now you're back to the main menu. You've got it set up to go ahead and give pressures. Right? At this point in time, there's no number here on the CBL. Now, in order to collect pressures now, you would be in step, what is that? Step 5. By the time you get the first 4 steps are setting all this up. So now in step 5 in the procedure, you're going to start collecting. You're going to get different data points. So you're going to hit F2 to collect. Okay, and then you're going to ask for the third, F3, prompt trigger. It's going to be the one that you're going to use. Okay. Once you hit that, now you'll notice that there's actually pressure in kilopascals over here. On the calculator, it says monitor CBL, press trigger on CBL to store data. Right. So what you're going to do now is you're going to go ahead and take your gas, and you're going to go ahead and push it down to 5 milliliters. Not 105, but 5 milliliters. Pressure will go up. You will hit trigger, and when you hit trigger, it's going to store that, and then it's going to go ahead and ask you to enter a value. The value you're going to store is the volume. So we use 5 milliliters. That's what we start off with. Hit 5 and hit enter. And now you've stored that point. Whatever the pressure was is correlated to 5 milliliters. Now you're going to ask for more. You hit F1 for another point. So your second point, and now you'll get a little graph that starts showing you your points. Then you'll go back, and you can hold this down to 5. I can't bring it up because I've only got one hand. So I'll bring it back to 6. Your procedure tells you to take it from 5 up to 6. You'll see that the pressure is not as high as it was before. Then I'm going to go ahead and hit trigger button, and it'll store that pressure. And then you put in that was 6 milliliters. So you have to tell it how many milliliters it was. Okay. And you're back to this more, and now you hit F1. So you keep doing this for every point that you get. Hit F1, and it's going to give you, at this point in time, you'll go see that there's 2 points on there. Your first 2 points were on there. Now it says to go ahead and do 5 and 6 first, and then in step D, which is like 6D, you go on to 8, 10, 12, 15, 17, 18, 20, using the same procedure, right? So go down to 8. Now once again, you don't have to like let it go. You can hold on to it, would probably be better. You can bring it down to 8 milliliters there. There'll be a pressure. Then you hit the trigger button. All right. And that saves that pressure. And then you put down that was 8. And you continue doing it until you've got all your pressures all the way up through 20 milliliters. Sometimes you'll have to push in, less than 10 milliliters. Sometimes you'll have to pull back. And both can be kind of difficult. Okay. But that's basically the setup, how to set up and then how to collect your points for the lab.